In a world where global politics often feel like an episode of reality TV, the much-anticipated meeting between Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and President Donald Trump at the White House promises to be the season finale we've all been waiting for. The stage is set for a showdown over Washington's recently imposed global tariffs, and, as usual, the plot twists are as unpredictable as a tweet from the president himself. Before the grand diplomatic affair, Trump, always the showman, took to Truth Social to rally his supporters with a call for patience on tariffs. In the kind of all-caps rhetoric that has become his trademark, he urged Americans to be strong, courageous, and patient, promising that greatness will be the result. A new party, the Panican, made its debut in this social media saga, presumably filled with those weak and timid souls who dare to question the wisdom of tariffs. Because really, who needs economic stability when you can have a snappy new political party acronym? Israel's ambassador to the U.S., Yechiel Leiter, confirmed that Netanyahu's visit is crucial, especially with key issues like the efforts to return hostages held by Hamas and the instability in Syria. But let's not forget the pièce de résistance of this diplomatic banquet, the tariffs. Netanyahu was the first world leader to meet with Trump in his second term, and now he returns to discuss what can only be described as the art of the trade deal. After all, why have a peaceful and mutually beneficial relationship when you can have tariffs? In what can only be described as an economic roller coaster, the U.S. total goods trade with Israel was a whopping $37.0 billion in 2024. With exports up by 5.8% and imports from Israel up by 6.7%, it seems everyone's getting a piece of the American pie. But let's not get too excited, because the U.S. trade deficit with Israel also increased to $7.4 billion, a statistic that the Trump administration tackled with the precision of a mathematical genius. The solution? A 17% tariff, calculated by dividing the trade deficit by the value of imports and then halving it. Because when in doubt, just slap a tariff on it. Of course, no Trump-Netanyahu meeting would be complete without some geopolitical drama. Topics on the agenda include the war against Hamas in the Gaza Strip, efforts to free hostages taken during the October 2023 terrorist attack, and the Iranian nuclear threat. Netanyahu, ever the strategist, will likely try to caution Trump against any premature negotiations with Iran. Meanwhile, Secretary of State Marco Rubio has already laid the groundwork, underscoring U.S. support for Israel in a phone call that felt more like a prelude to a diplomatic soap opera. As for the tariffs, Netanyahu is reportedly seeking a reduction to a more manageable 10%, while Israeli Finance Minister Bezalel Smotrich has taken matters into his own hands by eliminating the last remaining Israeli tariffs on U.S. agricultural goods. It appears that both leaders are playing a high-stakes game of economic chess, with the U.S. Israel Free Trade Deal of 1985 hanging in the balance like a relic from a simpler time. But the drama doesn't stop there. Turkey's military intervention in Syria and the ongoing battle against the International Criminal Court's arrest warrants for Israeli leaders add more layers to this intricate political tapestry. One can only hope that Trump and Netanyahu's meeting will yield more than just sound bites and handshakes. Upon leaving Hungary, Netanyahu emphasized the importance of his meeting with Trump, touting the special personal relationship between the two leaders. It's a bond that transcends mere politics, reaching into the realms of bromance, where tariffs are discussed over a cup of kofef and international diplomacy is just another day at the office. So, dear viewers, what do you think about this latest episode in the Trump-Netanyahu saga? Are these tariffs a brilliant move in the grand chess game of international trade, or just another plot twist in the ongoing reality show of global politics? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Because in a world as unpredictable as this, you won't want to miss what happens next.